Well, Dan, we're dealing with daylight saving time now, earlier sunsets, and we're going to have to deal with some rain soon, huh?
Yeah, some rain on the way. A couple things happening before that, including a chilly morning tomorrow morning. Futurecast is showing the next storm system looking rather innocuous out over the water at the moment, but it's got a cold front with it, and the other thing it has with it is some moisture. In fact, there is an atmospheric river associated with it. It's not here on the coast yet, but we can see this bulge of moisture heading toward us here into central California as we head into late Monday into Tuesday, and that system is going to use this moisture as fuel as it rolls its way through the region. So overnight tonight, things are pretty calm. There's a cool, dry air mass in place. Temperatures today, highs were cooler than yesterday, and the air got a lot drier today. So it's going to get kind of chilly overnight. With that said, I do expect some clouds to come in, so that may act as a blanket, and I don't think it's going to get quite as cold as some computer models are showing. But there is potential for some mid to low 30s in some of our southern valleys overnight. But I think while we may see a few spots dip into the 30s, most of us will be in the upper 30s to low 40s tomorrow morning. So here's Futurecast by midnight showing some thin high clouds. I think they're going to be a little thicker than they look here, though, as we head to the overnight hours. Even by 5 a.m., still looking at some clouds hanging around, but mostly some high clouds acting as a blanket out there. Then as we head to the rest of the day tomorrow, a thicker patch of clouds will start working in tomorrow afternoon. And the reason is that is kind of the onset of that moisture associated with the weather system coming through. And initially what we're going to see later on in the day is a weak warm front come through, and that will be kind of the nose of that higher moisture content. And we'll actually kind of see that around dinner time tomorrow. But this is not going to be reaching the ground in many cases. So you're seeing some precipitation on the map here. I think if you live in the Santa Cruz Mountains, for example, maybe even the Santa Lucias will start to squeeze some of the moisture out of this. But for the most part, I don't expect any rain until definitely after dark tomorrow, probably closer to midnight, even though this computer model is a little bit early with everything. So it's got the big round of rain coming in across the rest of the bay at around 9 p.m. tomorrow. I think it's going to be closer to midnight by the time we see that precipitation. Sometimes the models run a little ahead, sometimes they run a little behind, but I'm thinking closer to midnight tomorrow night, so just in time for you all to be completely asleep. So what's going to happen as this comes through, though, is I expected a period of light to moderate rain for most locations. If you live on the coast and in the coastal mountains, it's going to be more of that moderate rainfall, and we're talking anywhere from a half an inch every 2 hours, that kind of rainfall rate here. Now, if you live in the southern valleys, there's going to be a lot of rain shadowing, so you're probably not going to see all that much rain from this, including places like even Salinas, down the Salinas Valley, not a lot of precipitation. Even Monterey may struggle, given the low to mid-level wind trajectories with this system, to get much in the way of rainfall. But Santa Cruz and Watsonville will do well. The Santa Cruz Mountains will do well. Even the Big Sur Coast will do well. And then even some of our northern valleys like Gilroy, where you have a little bit of lower mountain range to deal with between you and the moisture of the water or of the ocean, can see some decent rainfall totals with this. And all in all, I expect the rain to still be hanging around as you head out in that morning commute. So this is 4 a.m. on Tuesday morning. And along with this, we'll have some gusty southerly winds as well. And I think they'll be the strongest on the outer coast. The Weather Service has put up a wind advisory for the Santa Cruz Mountains. I'm seeing the strongest winds like on the exposed coast, though, so maybe more so like far western Santa Cruz County, and then down from like Point Sur up to Point Lobos and places like that, or Pebble Beach as well. The wind should die down as we head into the afternoon on Tuesday, and so will the rain as well. So most of this rain is going to come overnight tomorrow night into Tuesday morning, but may still be lingering through that morning commute on Tuesday. So at least expect some wet roads. And anytime we have one of these systems comes through, we end up with a few trees down here or there. So it's possible we may have some power outages and also some blocked roadways to contend with on that Tuesday morning commute. All in all, precipitation totals, again, looking pretty light in some of our southern valleys, but in the coastal mountains, we could see, I actually think in the Santa Cruz Mountains, we could see 2 to 5 inches of rain, even though we're not seeing totals near that on this computer model map, but certainly could be approachable. For most cities around the bay, we'll probably see a 1/4 of an inch to an inch, with the highest amounts being on the north side of the bay. Otherwise, temperatures tomorrow, let's go through these pretty quickly. We will see highs on the cool side. It's going to be a cool day tomorrow with the clouds hanging around, mostly upper 50s to low 60s across Santa Cruz County tomorrow, with 61 your high in Santa Cruz. Watsonville, you get down to 39 overnight, back to 63 for your high. So it's going to be chilly overnight. You might have to run the heater in your homes, especially if you don't have very good insulation like we do. 65 in Hollister tomorrow, maybe one of the warmer spots. The Monterey Peninsula topping out in the low 60s tomorrow, and then down south after a morning of upper 30s, we'll see highs mostly in the mid 60s tomorrow afternoon. Let's quickly look at that 7-day forecast now. as rain will continue to early Tuesday. And then after some fog Wednesday morning, looks like some pretty nice weather all the way into the weekend. We've got nice on there for the weekend. So Veterans Day looking pretty nice if you're going to be out to the parade in Salinas. Should be a beautiful day. Might be a sunscreen day, actually, especially if you're going to be out there in the sun for a while. And then looking at the inland forecast, after a couple of cool and rainy days, it looks like it's going to warm back up as well. You're going to see highs in the 70s for the rest of the week. So we just got to get through this rainy start to the week, Phil. And then it is all sunshine, puppy dogs, and ice cream cones.
Ooh, yeah, I think we can do it, Dan. I'm confident. All right, man.